Welcome back to the channel, guys. Just doing some more AV1 OBS stream testing. Still haven't quite got the settings that I want, but I'm learning more and more and just experimenting and tweaking just to kind of find the right balance. Now, earlier I did do a 4K test actually with Horizon Zero Dawn, and amongst like the dense foliage, there was quite a bit of pixels, so I wasn't too happy with it. So I initially dropped down a resolution, which seemed to kind of help clear the image up a little bit. But I think I may have found a way to get 4K to look pretty good. So I do like the sharpness the 4K brings, but it's no good if it looks very, very pixelated. I'm trying to increase the quality here. So let's see how I do. I'm just trying some new settings that I've been tinkering with. But OBS has come a long way since I previously used it. You know, you can literally interface directly into YouTube now, which is meant to reduce latency apparently. So there's that. I'm getting through here. Meant to have a live chat interface as well. So
Locked.
I want to see how that works. Previously I've had to have another window of my YouTube live running just to see comments and things like that. So just want to see if this kind of in-house part of OBS works as well. So the only thing you can't see is the amount of concurrent viewers. There may be something for that. I'm not too sure, but it is what it is. Anyway, Horizon Zero Dawn, I wish I could control the time of day because I would just put it to daytime, because in the dark you can't really see that well. But I've got to find another way into this place. This seems like a way you can get on the roof. Not sure if I can grab onto this rope. That doesn't work. I can't even remember how to beat this mission. Maybe there's something there we can break of a distance. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it.
Locked. There must be a way in.
Yeah, there is. And I'm not too sure why it's proving to be so difficult. Looks like I can get in from the back somehow. Yeah, I might even have to check out how to complete this mission because I don't remember ever having so much trouble with it before. It seems to be just a funny, odd one. Not too sure why it's not straightforward. But anyway, I'm just want to run around until daytime because time of day seems to progress further, faster when you keep moving. Okay, some people that need help. Why can't I get up? Where the hell did those guys go? Just gonna quickly check my YouTube stream because I'm kind of using the OBS tools to kind of see how things look, but whether or not it's actually doing it properly, I'm not too sure. So it's saying it's a public stream. Let's have a look at it, see how it looks. Yeah, it seems to be working okay. But even without, the only problem is it doesn't really tell you how many people is watching and things like that. But I can live with that. That's okay. Just want to make sure the live chat's working. There's no one's in the chat, so that's okay. Okay, here these guys are. Try and help them out. Last time I tried to fight, that thing was invulnerable, but I was able to kill it this time.
Thank you. Nora, a moment of your time, please.
What do you want?
Please stop, just for a moment. I want to thank you. I know. Why don't I give you this?
Okay, well, we're rewarded for my service. So I can see a few people in the chat. Just give me a second. I'm using this OBS kind of interface and it's really tiny. So your comments are like so small. Maybe there's a way to zoom that in. Yeah, you can zoom it in. I'm just gonna zoom it in so I can see it a bit better. Okay, that's a lot better now. So, Sword of a Fork says your stream is working very good. It says for me, it says say 7 now. Erend Fernando says I really do. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but maybe I missed your original comment or something, or you edited something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I can see your comments now, guys, so I'll respond when I can. So anyway, the point of this stream is just to kind of dialing my AV1 OBS settings. I am streaming at 4K, 60 FPS. And my current upload speed is 14 megabytes per second. And I just need some feedback on if the stream is smooth. Does it look good? Am I speaking too loud, or is the game too quiet? All of these things are important, of course. Just so when I do really start doing some serious streaming, that everything's working straight away. Okay, we got some action over here. I think these guys are weak to fire, so if you blow up that explodable canister on their back, they just take out pretty much everybody. A few more over here.
Gotcha.
Soma says good morning. Good morning to you. Hope everyone's okay. Just got a few hours before I have to start working, so I'm trying to get some good time to optimize my streaming settings out, because I plan on doing a lot more live streaming just to kind of get back into the swing of things, because I've invested a little bit of money into my streaming setup, so I just want the quality to be the best before I really start doing live streaming more serious. Okay, let's try to blow this thing up from distance. Just waiting for it to become morning so you guys can see the gameplay a little bit better, the finer details, because maybe the nighttime's hiding some of those pixelated issues when you're in foliage, which I saw earlier in my previous 4K stream. But the good thing about AV1, of course, is you don't need to use a high amount of bandwidth to get things to look nice. It's very efficient. And so even at 13 megabytes or 14 megabytes per second at 4K 60, it should still look pretty clear, and that's the aim. Sword of a Fork says it's very good, just like watching an upload video on your voice is good. That's good to hear that my voice is good, because I spent a lot of time tweaking my my OBS mic filters, and there's some great tutorials online that really give some good information. Because I'm pretty much a noob to OBS, I've had to lean heavily on the community to basically teach me, and that's the great thing about YouTube. Even though I do videos, it's still a great place to learn. I don't have all the answers, I don't know everything, and I'm always open to taking advice when it comes to improving things. I think I've already killed all the bandits in this area. But yeah, the mic sounds okay at the moment. It will get better because I'm getting a shock mount and a boom arm today, because normally I just use my Blue Yeti mic with the desktop stand, but I was watching a tutorial the other day and some guy really demonstrated the benefits of the mic position, and when you have the mic elevated pretty much right in front of your mouth, like an inch or so away, it really does boost that audio quality. And I didn't think it was such a big deal, but he really did convince me that the boom arm is pretty much necessary. And because I like to sometimes switch from my control pad to my keyboard, sometimes you'll hear me put down my control pad on the desk and it might rock the mic. So a shock mount is also gonna improve that as well. So there's a few, I'd spend a little bit of money, but I'm always happy to do that to improve things. Skull Gamer, thanks for tuning in, says 5.9 gigahertz. Oh my god. It's 5.9 gigahertz, but under the right circumstances. So for example, if I was to do something like a Blender rendering workload, it wouldn't be 5.9 gigahertz. So it'll drop down to 5.7, because what I'm using is thermal velocity boost. So what you can do is you can kind of tune your CPU to run at speeds in specific scenarios. So in gaming, the workloads is not very high. As you can see, I'm only using 28% of my CPU, and I'm only drawing, I say only, it's still quite high, but in the sense of like a heavy workload, it's not. So I'm drawing about 100 to 110 watts. Now that's pretty low for like a productivity workload, so I can afford to run my CPU at a higher, what the hell was that? Wow, some massive creature over here. So as I was saying, yeah, I can afford to run my CPU a little bit faster under such workloads, because you're not putting too much stress. But as soon as I go into something like when I'm editing my videos and I'm rendering shadow files, or I'm producing my video, then my CPU will realize that it's under heavy load due to the temperature, and then it will drop down. Okay, I'm gonna try and take this thing down. Let's try and blow some parts off of it first. What is this thing behind its neck? Okay, so we took that down. There's a few crystals on its back as well. But it's oh, missed. Better stay away from this thing. This thing is huge. Okay, we took it down at least. Let me see if I can take those crystals off behind its back. It's got one more. And this thing is dangerous. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to blow parts off it now, so really start doing some real damage. This thing's kicking my ass right now. That was a critical hit. Come on, Halo. I missed, didn't quite get the shot that I wanted, but I'll finish it off now. It's weak, ready to be taken down. Nice. A good little fight. Some good parts from it. Oh, there's another one. Okay, I need to really replenish my arrows before I get into another fight. Okay, let's try slowing this thing down. Maybe it's weak to frost, I'm not too sure. Try to freeze this thing. Okay, we've frozen it. Let's see if I can do critical hit. Put it in its face. Taking that massive thing out of its belly. Okay, took that down as well. Didn't really like the thrust. Yeah, you guys better thank me. I saved your asses. The new side quest is discover, talk to the warden. Maybe he'll help me out.
You should speak to Warden Geneva inside.
Yeah, hopefully he's got a reward for me. Or she, I'm not too sure.
Another triumph from
Okay, let's have a look at my drop frames. 0.2% drop frames, so it's not a massive deal. As long as it's relatively smooth, I'm happy with that.
Rosgrund concealed the parts on his person, no doubt.
We searched him. How?
Look to me for help.
You don't want to know how.
Warden Geneva. This is the one who defeated the behemoths.
Outlander. I'm impressed. I don't impress easily. Tell me, how do you fare with hunting living prey?
Haven't had any complaints. Why?
3 dangerous prisoners have escaped. I need my men here, getting the others back in line. None of this would have happened if we dealt with criminals the old way. But I've clashed that gong before, and here I am. And here you are.
Yeah, sure.
What's the old way?
To be buried up to the neck and left for the sun's judgment.
Seems to me like the judgment's already been made.
Not one of them committed another crime.
Who are these dangerous prisoners?
3 from the isolation cages. Don't feel sorry for them. They've lived well off the Sun King's conscience. First is Rosgrund. Oseram trapmaker, hates the Karja, crazy as a loon in heat. Caught in one too many blasts. Or one too few. Then there's Ulia, a Tanakh warrior, if that means anything to you.
Not really. Another tribe?
Reavers, from the south. Bloodthirsty. Some say they're cannibals, but she slurped gruel well enough. And the last is Gavan, a traitor who smuggled weapons to the exiles.
Compared to the other 2, this one doesn't seem so bad.
He helped drag out a civil war, all for the shards it got him. A machine has more warmth.
Okay, I'll find the fugitives.
So you want these prisoners brought back?
No, I want them put in the earth. I doubt they'll give you any choice. They had their chance with the Sun King's generosity, so now they face mine. A bounty on all their heads. Ulia of the Tanakh, Rosgrund of the Oseram, and the traitor Gavan.
If I did this for you, I'd need a lead on them.
Well, when Ulia first swept through the Sundom, it was with the jungle bandits. I say she'll go back. Rosgrund we pulled out of a crack in Dusk Mesa, where he'd been tinkering with his bombs. And Gavan will be trying to pay his way across the lake. I'd burn my palm on it. Look in Bright Market.
These damn
Okay, so these guys are all in different locations.
keeping my eyes open.
Shouldn't be too hard to find. Hopefully they're not too far away. Let's see now. I need to heal myself up. Taking too much damage. I'm just gonna go and collect a few things so I can replenish my ammo. So berries usually grow next to water sources, so I'm gonna go down to the river and then grab those berries that replenish your health. Okay, so the nearest one is over here. So Sengiel says, what is the bitrate? It is currently at 14 megabytes per second. And this is at 4K 60 FPS. You know, if I could put it higher because I do have more bandwidth, but I wanted to make sure that I have as least drop frames as possible. And, you know, so far it seems smooth enough, so I'm happy with that. But let me know how you guys see it. Does it look clean and crisp, or does it look smooth? Does the mic sound okay? Does the game sound okay? All of these things are very useful for me. So just let me know in the comment section. And depending on the feedback, I'll also look at the video once I'm done as well, and then I'll make some adjustments to my OBS settings. Just try and improve the stream. So yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm playing this specifically because there's so much dense foliage. And I've noticed in games, just from uploading for so many years, games with loads of foliage always have issues when they compress with pixels and stuff. So hopefully with AV1 not needing so much bandwidth, it will still look okay and not too pixelated. Okay, so there's someone nearby. I'm gonna replenish some of my ammo. So I need some more string. Pretty sure I can break down some of the stuff that I carry to use for compounds. Let's have a look. Crafting, no. Inventory, what do I have available? Resources, which is what I was looking for. So start with this stuff. How many do you want to disassemble? No, I actually need to make these, not disassemble them. I need to make more of them. Way too many of these. Make some space in my inventory. YouTube recommends bitrate range of for 4K of 20 to 51, even with AV1. Because with AV1 you don't need as much. Is that recommendation based on NVMe or X264? Because all of that is relevant. The AV1 YouTube has only been around for the last 3 months or so, maybe even 2. So it hasn't been that long. PC Gamer CLM says, my i9 3900KS is on 50 to 60C on idle with Corsair H15i at normal. Honestly, I haven't owned a H1550i, so I wouldn't know what the base temps are like. But I know it's a capable AIO, it's a good AIO, so I wouldn't worry too much. What's your gaming temps like? That's what's more important. I'm gonna put my on-screen display so you guys can see what's going on. It seems that the prisoner is hiding out in this camp. It's cool. Let me just grab some stuff just to heal myself because I'm low on berries. So PC Gamer CLM says in-game 75 to 90. What clock speed are you running your CPU at? Is it stock or did you overclock it? Jordan AM says, good lord, this looks amazing. That's the kind of feedback that I like to hear. It means I'm doing something correct. So Jordan AM, I'm using AV1 codec at 14 megabytes per second at 4K 60. And just the beauty of AV1 is that you just don't need to use so much bandwidth to get good results. So hopefully this is coming through clearly. Hopefully my mic sounds better as well. There was a lot of popping and crackling before. I've taken the time to educate myself with YouTube filters. I mean, not YouTube, OBS filters, I mean, for the mic. So I've learned quite a lot in the last 24 hours. Because up to now, I've always streamed with my capture card in-house software, which is Rec Central 4, and pretty much does everything for you. But I've had to learn with Open Broadcast Studio, you have to really customize things to yourself and tailor it. So PC Gamer CLM says it's stop at 5.8 gigahertz. I didn't overclock it, so this is the stock settings. It's the normal not the case, sorry. Okay, that's fine. You know, it's kind of hard to say because the i9-3900K is a very, very hot chip. Depending on what game you're playing, it can be very, very hot. For example, Cyberpunk is one of the games that really pushes it. But 90 to see 19 game, I would say that is a little bit concerning. Anything between 70 and 75 is pretty common. I'm obviously getting 44 because I've got a ridiculous cooling solution. My cooling solution is not typical in any way. So if you're looking at my temps and thinking, okay, this is what I should be getting, that's not the case, because I'm using an external radiator with 8 200mm fans with 2 EK Vario D5 pumps at maximum speed, so they got a lot of head pressure, so that liquid's moving around very, very quickly, and it's a very, very high-end cooling solution. So that's why my temps are really low. And to boost things even more, I've got my window open, so it gets the benefit to cool the external rad even more. Malte72, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, says mic is much better today. That's good to hear. I've still got some improvements to make. Is this person an enemy? I've still got some improvements to make because I just need to wait for my boom arm and my shock mount to arrive. Not an enemy. This is just a normal person. Who am I looking for? Let's see now. PC Gamer CLM says on Cyberpunk it goes to 85 half tracing, but I think it's normal for 4090 goes to 85 to 90. You know, I can play Cyberpunk in a moment. You can see my attempts if you're interested. I'm just trying to get feedback for this live stream anyway, so I don't really care what game I'm playing. I'll load up Cyberpunk in a minute and I'll show you what kind of temps I'm getting, because right now I'm getting obviously in the 40s. Here is my enemy.
I told you they would come. Drive her into the dirt.
Okay, let's take this girl out. He wasn't expecting that, was he? Let's triple up on the arrows. Damn. I must have stung.
Good. I'll dance with your blood.
You're not going to dance with anything. You catch me first. Okay, I think I beat her. See what she has to say.
No way we could have talked about this, huh? All the Kaja did was talk. Talk and bleed. Talk and shackle me. But you fought like a Tanakh. I'd have taken you for my child. You can't just take a child. The strong take from the weak. And in the taking, I'm made stronger. These stories pricked into my skin. Look. Children, riches, lives, and land. All of these have been mine. Drink of my blood, and they'll live on.
Yeah, so Gate Cosmic, I'm only using 14 megabytes per second anyway, so that works out, and that's well within my upload bandwidth. So the frame should remain steady. It shouldn't drop any. You may drop a few, but it shouldn't be a major amount. Just really trying to read some of these comments. Can you help me? I'm experiencing stutters. That's from TC Mills. Experiencing stutters in what? Gaming or live streaming? Just a little bit more specific, and then maybe we can help, or some of the guys in the chat may be able to help as well. There's a few more people I need to hunt down. Yeah, so I agree with this game being really, really difficult to have good quality streaming, because of all the foliage, it really does mess with the bitrate, and the compression can cause so many artifacts and pixels. So this is why I wanted to play it, because I was watching my previous 4K AV1 stream. It didn't look that great, and I think I found some settings that have improved things. Once I get everything tuned in and everything's working correctly, I'll be happy to share my settings, but for now, I'm still learning, so I don't want to share anything yet, because, you know, there may be some better settings I find in the future. PC Gamer CLM says, your temps are mind-blowing for me. I have literally your same PC but without the water cooling. Yeah, my water cooling solution's around like £600 though, so I spent a lot of money on it. I paid less, but it's worth that. But if you know what you're doing, you can spend a little less. But it's a very, very exotic solution. It's not for everybody because it's like big and bulky, and some people like just things to save space, not get in the way. Okay, let's use ice on this one. This one spits fire. Let's try and freeze it. How the hell did this thing explode? Get out of the way of this thing. Okay, took it down. You can test Black Desert on NVIDIA CPU killer. I do have Black Desert, but it's been so many years since I played it. I never played it seriously. And I'm not really much of an MMORPG guy, to be honest. I think most people just play it because you can, you know, customize the anime style looking girls to make them look very scantily dressed. It just appeals to all of these little boys that like to play it. I think that's why it's so popular in my opinion. Not really the kind of game that I would spend much time with, but it definitely has its appeal and it definitely has its audience. I'll just say that at least. Let's see now. Anyway, just to keep things a bit more interesting, I'm just gonna end this game and I'll load up Cyberpunk or something and I'll see how that looks. Okay, let's get Cyberpunk going. TC Mill says, I'm having stutters in Fortnite. My PC is new, everything is updated, and I have 3060 Ti and Ryzen 5600X. But what settings are you using? Honestly, I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not sure what the optimum settings is, but I would imagine those specs should be fine. As long as you're not using ray tracing or anything silly like that, you should be okay. Okay, let's get into it. I'm gonna randomly go around Night City doing missions. I may as well show you guys the in-game settings I'm using, so I know you guys are interested in that. So let's just take care of that first. So playing at a resolution of 3840 by 2160, NVIDIA Reflex low latency option is enabled. Why not? I'm not using DLSS frame generation though. Just want to play with DLSS super resolution, and my PS5 pad's just trying to fight against my mouse. Sorry about that. Also using no depth of field, no chromatic aberration, no film grain. I think this makes the game look a little bit too blurry in my opinion. And of course, I'm not using any upscaling from AMD or Intel. But I am using all ray tracing. And that's at Psycho, but I'm not using the path tracing mod at the moment because I just think it's purely experimental and it's not quite finished yet. In terms of like crowd density, of course this is at high, so we should see the maximum amount of NPCs. K-Wispy, Wispy, I don't know how you pronounce your user. It says, is AV1 meant to have more detail? What AV1's meant to do is be more efficient, really. So, for example, you can get very, very good quality with just 5 megabytes per second upload at 1080p. So, it's a lot more efficient. That's what's meant to be so good about it. Alright, let me see if there's any missions around. I just want to kind of get into some trouble. Side job over here. There is... should be some more jobs around. There's a side job here. Let's drive into town. Go for that one. So yeah, you guys let me know how things are sounding. Is the mic okay? Is the stream smooth? Just little bits of feedback. That's what I'm really after. So that will help out quite a lot. Of course, if you're new, consider subscribing or just hit the like button. I can get more eyes on the stream, more opinions, and ultimately more feedback. So as you can see, PC Gamer CLM, I'm in Cyberpunk now. Still getting into the 30s to the 40s degrees on my CPU because temps are really good at the moment. It's a nice cool day in the UK at the moment, so I don't know where you are in the world, but in England right now it's kind of a cold morning. Oh man, I looked away from the screen for 1 second to read a comment. I almost crashed. See what other songs are available. Okay, what's going on over here? I use my PS5 pad to drive. Sometimes I use my Xbox 360 pad. It doesn't really matter. They kind of both look just.
Well, I'll be damned. I know you. Saw you back at the Alder camp. They call you V, right?
The one and only.
Did someone from the family send you here?
Here by pure chance. No one sent me. Why? Is this the kind of place I'm supposed to be?
Carol and Cass are here to close a deal with the scavengers. We purloined some cyberware for them.
And?
And it's taken them near eternity. Something isn't right.
I'll go and take a look. Make sure everything's okay.
Wait. It's just... well, they could get real sore about...
Just keep a lookout.
Okay, let's see what these guys are up to. PC Gamer CLM says I can feel the quality improve with AV1. Well, you can, but it all depends on what bandwidth you're uploading with. If you've got like a really good connection, H.265 or NVMe H.264 will still look just as good as long as you've got enough bandwidth to play with.
What's the problem? The problem's that you were late. By 3 whole...
Sorry to interrupt. How's it going? Close the deal yet?
V, what are you doing here? Who is this?
Thought I'd drop by, you know? Make sure everyone's playing fair.
Who the fuck is this?
They call me V.
I don't give an ass licking fuck what they call you. What are you trying to pull here, huh? This some kind of scare tactic?
Simmer down now. He's with us.
Can you count to fucking 3? 1, 2, 3! That's how many you're supposed to be!
Heap of money was also supposed to be here. And I can't see any.
How about we get this over with, Roman? We were late. Our bad, granted. We'll scratch off 10%.
20.
15.
Fine, let's call it a fucking day already. I'll give the sig for the edges.
You must be outside your mind, V. Why'd you come here?
You can't trust the scavs. Nothing ever ends well with them.
Save as you're patronizing, V. We knew the risk, but...
We really need this money. Like, badly.
Hush up now. You can conversate all you want later.
Funny. Didn't like your ugly skin plate from the get-go. Now I know why. You're the one who flushed us out at Watson. Sandra Dorset. Thought we'd forget, huh? We're done here.
If I were you, I'd think real hard about your next move. Because you're right. I was the one who took out your chooms in Watson. Shot them all like fish in a barrel. So why do you think this will play out any different? Because you got us surrounded? Take a look at me. A real good one. You see my implants? I could slice you into ribbons before you can squeeze a trigger. I know it. You know it.
Give him the edges. What, are you fucking deaf? I said, give him the edges! This isn't over yet, Merc.
I've seen some things in my lifetime. But hearing you back there sent chills down my spine. Literally. Thanks, V. Hell, that sure was something.
You whooped their asses real good.
Yep, and I did it without using any violence.
I don't abandon friends in need.
Neither do we. Remember that when the time comes. Thanks for everything, V. So long now.
PC Gamer CLM says, I wanted to buy the EK water block for I&I but in my country, but it's not in my country. Oh damn, that sucks. Can't you get it imported? I know sometimes import prices make it not a viable option, but luckily for me, the United Kingdom pretty much get quite a lot of stuff when it comes to tech, and we have a good relationship with like places like China, America, and really big people that do a lot of exporting.
Hey V, got a serious gig, which means I'll be needing a serious merc. Want you to hop to 6th Street Turf and graft a virus onto their tech. Counting on you, champ. Oh, and one last thing. There's this techie, Lucius Thorin. And I wouldn't mind if he got a piece of lead to the skull. You dig? Good. Specs attached.
Okay, we got another mission we need to do. Let's track this job and get it done. How close are we? It's actually just across the road, so go and do it. So PC Gamer says, I wanted to buy... Okay, you already read that one. I can't because then I have to pay it twice. Fair enough, that's what I was kind of suggesting. Sometimes when it comes to import tax prices, depending on where you live, it just makes it not a viable option. I know Brazil is kind of the same way. They really charge a lot to import stuff. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, man. I mean, the best thing you can do is kind of buy something when you're in one of those countries and then just take it with you on the plane or whatever. Anyway, so I got to deal with 6th Street. They're not going to let me in willingly. I'm going to have to kill these guys. But I'm happy to do so. Okay, didn't hurt any civilians or gang members. Spain issues. Well, UK is not part of the EU anymore, so if I was to import something from Spain, it would cost me quite a bit as well. It used to be okay, but you know, things will change.
Welcome to the N54 News World Report. I'm Johnny Morgan. Scientists from Biodyne Systems have announced a breakthrough in the fight against multiple sclerosis. MS is one of the few diseases that cannot be cured by
So 6th Street control this whole block. Yeah, I better watch my ass then.
Biodyne have created nanites that, when injected into the spinal cord, provide long-term uninterrupted repair to the neural tissue. The cost of this cutting-edge therapy treatment has been listed at $700
Okay, so we've got some guards here.
per month.
When was the last time? Here we go!
No point in trying to use a stealthy approach.
Remember to take...
And these guys are everywhere. I think a sniper rifle would be a better weapon, but I better get closer. Oh man. They actually killed me with a sniper rifle. I guess I took them a little bit too lightly. Okay, I want to change my loadout. I'm going to need a long-range weapon to deal with the guys in the distance. Do I prefer the Suprim X over the ROG Strix? I've never owned the Suprim X. It does have some advantages. It has a 600 watt BIOS, so potentially you can achieve a higher overclock or a higher sustained core clock. But I've heard some issues with that card, like coil whine is one of them. Also, it doesn't have the best cooling. Like, it's not amazing. It's meant to be good, but it's kind of it's not so much better than the Suprim X. So honestly, the build quality of the Suprim X is really, really good. So I'm not in a situation where I would ever consider changing this card for an ASUS card. And the price that ASUS asked for their cards over MSI is just ridiculous. It's not so bad now. They've reduced the price quite a bit. But ASUS are having issues with their own reputation at the moment, so... damn, I need to do that mission again. I need to get that call. What is going on here? I thought they'll just let me restart the mission from where I was. I guess I gotta wait for the phone call first. But I'm pretty sure the mission was literally just around the corner. I should have paid attention to where the mission was. Without that phone call, there's nothing really I can do. What is going on over here? You guys trying to steal someone's car or what? There's no one even in there, I don't think.
How's it going, honey bun?
Okay, they was trying to solicit someone. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do another mission, guys, because I haven't been given a phone call, so I can't start it. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of try some different games just to see if the quality and the smoothness of the stream still remains. So far it looks okay. Okay, there was an issue going on just around there. I'm gonna go back and check it out. Let's see what's going on over here. I'm gonna quickly read some comments. SpongeBob says, "Hey guy, what is the best CPU GPU combo? 5700 or 6700 XT, or the 3400 or 6700 XT?" I can imagine it's the 3400. But I'd have to check. I couldn't tell you off by heart because I'm not very familiar with those CPUs. But if they're very close in price, just get the one that you feel is the most value. But I would have to check out specs and benchmarks to give you a better answer. Honestly, I'm not too sure what's best out of those two cards, those two CPUs. Sorry.
What's this, huh?
6th Street, man. Okay, I think I saved that civilian. You can leave now. Don't thank me too much. What are you guys doing in here anyway? Okay. Trying to steal implants or something. I really hate this song. PC Gaming says, I have Strix OC, it's quite big, had about an enormous case. Yeah, I've already got a big case, so this is why I always say when it comes to some components, it's best to get something that's going to last. So for example, even if you only need 800 watt CPU, PSU, buy 1000 watt so you don't need to upgrade it. And when it comes to your case, unless you really want a small form factor build, then go with a full tower, because at least if the graphics cards get bigger or for whatever reason you can't use a specific radiator or whatever, you'll have the space for it because you've kind of factored in future upgrades. What's going on over here? Valentinos. Give it to the Valentinos. They love a bit of close range action. They always try to run close to you and stab you. That's not going to work with me. What are you guys doing over here? Just checking if she's still breathing. She's not. Okay, everyone's dead. Let's collect the package. PC Gamer says, have a nice day. Nice to talk to you about temps. I'm using 1200 watt Corsair. Okay. Yeah, man. You have a nice day too. And yeah, we got similar specs. Like you said, it's just a cooling solution. It's a little bit different. But there's benefits to having an external radiator. You don't have any warm air inside your case being exhausted in your case from your CPU. You don't have any warm air over your motherboard or your memory, and you know, it provides you a better cooling solution because of that. Song's ending now. Go back out to the Badlands. Let's go and see the Alder cardos. I just need to plot a route, so I'm heading in the right direction. Actually a mission out here, actually. Oh, it's not very fast, is it? This mission's really far out the way, isn't it? Just about avoided that car. What the hell's going on over here? Let's check it out. It's game time, people. Nice headshot, took him down. Nice. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that is all of them. Wonder what was going on over here. May as well secure the evidence. Militech is here. Don't know what they were doing. Seemed like they murdered a bunch of people. Why are they all laid out in a row? Man, that's a bloodbath. Looks like they were executed. Yeah, Militech moving strange. Very, very dodgy. Anyway, let's get back on course. This song's now ridiculously famous because of the Edge Runners anime on Netflix. I always thought it was okay anyway, but now it's like insanely popular. So if anyone's watching this, let me know if the stream's still smooth, if there's any stuttering or any lag. Sometimes on my end it might look like it's okay, but on your end it might not be, so just let me know if the stream's still working fine. Okay, we're at our destination now. We've got a bunch of NPCD. What the hell are these guys doing out here?
So, as much as I need you for this new gig, I know you need the adrenaline hit even more. There is a car sitting in the middle of a minefield out in the Badlands. I need you to grab it for me. The chances of you exploding aren't zero, but let's face it, isn't life one big minefield anyway? Details are in the attachment.
fuck?
Another gonk who thought fate smiled on him.
He's probably smiling himself before he OD'd on Maelstrom's shipment.
It's what you get for sampling Maelstrom's supply. Strongest shit out there. Nothing else that can fire up their burnt-out synapses. Poor bastard. His output's probably out in Albuquerque waiting, unaware little Jiro's brain turned to jelly.
Of potent neurotoxins, Watson residents are urged to stay clear of storm drains and sewer entrances to minimize risk of injury and death. Next, is it the end of eastbound traffic jams on the I-9? Long-awaited repairs to Ring Road East may begin as early as next month. Estimates put investment into this major artery at close to €20 million, with priority being placed on efficiency and anti-nomad barriers. And that is it for your latest local news. After the break, we have a look at our world report.
Sorry guys, I had my mic muted all this time, I didn't realize. So I can see a regular person there says, yo, good morning, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Okay. Not too sure what happened to this guy, but I'll deal with that mission another time. Continue to my destination. This thing's proper off-road, isn't it? This car isn't built for this kind of terrain. XIVS I says, yikes, did you get my previous message? Yeah, you said that the quality of the stream was good. Is that the one you're talking about? Hey Costas, how you doing, man? You said you really need my aid. Okay, mate, I'll jump on Steam in a minute. We'll have a chat. I was just checking out this stream. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna help someone out here, so I'll come back later. I'll need to review this footage as well, but thanks for everyone that tuned in to help me with feedback and how the stream looks and how it sounds and all these things. Still a few more improvements to make, but I'll see you guys in the next stream, and of course, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that thumbs up button.